Welcome to English listening practice. Tonight, relax and enjoy a simple English story. This story is easy to understand. The sentences are short and clear. Just listen and enjoy. Now, let's begin. Tom is a young man. He is 25 years old. Tom lives in a small apartment in a quiet city. Every day, Tom follows a simple routine. One morning, Tom wakes up at 7 o'clock. The sun is shining through the window. Tom opens his eyes slowly. He looks at the clock beside his bed. "Good morning," he says, with a smile. Tom gets out of bed. He stretches his arms. He stretches his legs. Then he walks to the bathroom. He washes his face with cold water. The cold water helps him feel awake. Tom brushes his teeth. He looks in the mirror. He feels happy. Today is a new day. After that, Tom goes to the kitchen. The kitchen is small but clean. Tom makes a cup of tea. He also makes 2 pieces of toast. While he eats breakfast, he looks out the window. He can see people walking outside. Some people are going to work. Some people are taking their children to school. The city is slowly waking up. Tom finishes his breakfast. He washes his cup and plate. Then he puts on his jacket. Before leaving, he checks his phone. He has one message from his friend, Jack. The message says, "Have a great day, Tom." Tom smiles. Jack is a good friend. Tom puts his phone in his pocket. Then he leaves his apartment. Outside, the air is fresh. The sky is blue. Birds are singing in the trees. Tom enjoys the beautiful morning. He walks slowly to work. On the way, he passes a small bakery. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. Tom loves that smell. Every morning, he stops for a few seconds and enjoys it. Near the bakery, an old woman is sitting on a bench. She smiles at Tom. Tom smiles back. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," Tom replies. The old woman looks happy. Tom continues walking. Soon, he arrives at a small park. In the park, children are playing. A man is walking his dog. A woman is reading a book on a bench. Everything feels peaceful. Tom likes this park. It is his favorite place in the city. He walks through the park slowly. He watches the trees move in the wind. For a moment, he forgets about work. He simply enjoys the morning. At the end of the park, Tom sees a small coffee shop. The owner of the shop knows him well. Every day, they greet each other. Tom waves his hand and says hello. The owner smiles and waves back. Then, Tom continues his walk. Soon, he reaches the office building. He opens the door. Tom enters the office building. He takes the elevator to the third floor. When the elevator door opens, he sees his coworkers. "Good morning, Tom," they say. "Good morning," Tom replies. Tom sits at his desk. He turns on his computer. He checks his emails. There are only a few messages today. Tom feels relaxed. It is not a busy morning. After a short time, his manager walks over. "Tom, can you help me with something?" she asks. "Of course," Tom says. She gives him a small task. Tom begins working. He reads some documents. He writes a report. He answers a few emails. Everything goes smoothly. The morning passes quickly. At 12 o'clock, it is lunchtime. Tom leaves the office and walks outside. There is a small restaurant across the street. Tom goes there often. Today, he orders a sandwich and a bottle of water. He sits near the window. As he eats, he watches people walking outside. Some people are talking on their phones. Some people are carrying shopping bags. Others are simply enjoying the day. While Tom is eating, he hears a familiar voice. Tom looks up. It is his friend, Jack. "Jack," Tom says happily. "What a surprise." Jack laughs. "Can I sit here?" "Of course," Tom replies. Jack sits down. The two friends begin talking. They talk about work. They talk about movies. They talk about travel. They talk about life. Time passes quickly when friends are together. Soon, lunch is over. Jack stands up. "I have to go now," he says. "See you later. See you later," Tom replies. The afternoon is calm. He finishes his work little by little. At one point, he looks out the window. The sky is still blue. The sun is shining brightly. Tom feels grateful. He likes simple days like this. There are no problems. There is no stress. Everything feels peaceful. At 5 o'clock, the workday ends. Tom shuts down his computer. He says goodbye to his coworkers. Then he leaves the building. Outside, the city looks different. The streets are busier now. People are returning home. Cars move slowly through the traffic. Tom decides not to go straight home. Instead, he walks to his favorite park. The park is beautiful in the evening. The sunlight shines through the trees. The air feels cool and comfortable. Tom finds an empty bench. He sits down quietly. For a few minutes, he does nothing. He simply watches the world around him. A little girl is feeding birds. An elderly man is reading a newspaper. Two friends are laughing together. A dog runs happily across the grass. Tom smiles. Sometimes happiness is found in small moments. The sky slowly changes color. Blue becomes orange dot. Orange becomes pink. The sun begins to set. Tom watches the sunset. Tom watches the sunset. It is beautiful. He feels calm. He feels thankful. After a while, he stands up. It is time to go home. Tom leaves the park and begins walking home. The streets are quieter now. Many people are already at home with their families. The evening air feels cool and pleasant. As Tom walks, he passes a small grocery store. He remembers that he needs a few things for dinner, so he goes inside. The store is bright and clean. Tom takes a basket. He buys some bread. He buys some vegetables. He buys a bottle of milk. Then he walks to the cashier. The cashier smiles. "Good evening," she says. "Good evening," Tom replies. After paying, Tom leaves the store. A few minutes later, he arrives at his apartment building. He climbs the stairs slowly. When he opens a door, he feels comfortable. Home is his favorite place. He climbs the stairs slowly. When he opens the door, he feels comfortable. Home is his favorite place. Tom puts the groceries in the kitchen. Then he changes into comfortable clothes. The apartment is quiet. Only the sound of the clock can be heard. Tom turns on a small lamp. The warm light fills the room. He begins preparing dinner. He cuts the vegetables. He cooks them carefully. Soon, a wonderful smell fills the kitchen. Tom enjoys cooking. It helps him relax after a long day. When dinner is ready, he sits at the table. He eats slowly. He is not in a hurry. The food tastes good. Tom feels satisfied. After dinner, he washes the dishes. He cleans the kitchen. Everything is neat and organized. Now he has free time. Tom sits on the sofa. He picks up a book. It is a simple adventure story. He reads a few pages. The story is interesting. Time passes quietly. Outside, the city becomes darker. The lights in the buildings shine softly. Cars move through the streets below. But inside the apartment, everything is peaceful. After reading for a while, Tom makes a cup of warm tea. He sits near the window. He looks at the night sky. A few stars are visible. The moon shines above the city. Tom thinks about his day. It was not an exciting day. Nothing extraordinary happened, but it was a good day. A peaceful day. And sometimes peaceful days are the best days. Tom finishes his tea. He feels relaxed. He feels comfortable. He feels grateful for the simple things in life. A warm meal, a quiet home, a good friend, a beautiful sunset. These small things bring happiness. Soon, Tom notices that he is becoming sleepy. Then he walks to the bedroom. The room is dark and quiet. Tom lies down on his bed. He pulls the blanket over himself. The pillow feels soft. The room feels warm. Before closing his eyes, Tom smiles. Tomorrow will be another new day. Another chance to learn. Another chance to grow. Another chance to enjoy life. Slowly, his eyes close. The city becomes silent. The night becomes calm. And Tom falls asleep peacefully. The end. Tom closes his eyes slowly. The room is quiet. Everything is peaceful. Outside, the city continues its journey through the night. But inside the apartment, there is only calm and silence. Tom thinks about the good moments of the day. The beautiful morning, the walk through the park, the conversation with his friend, the warm dinner, the quiet evening. They were simple moments, yet they brought happiness. Tom takes a slow, deep breath, then another. His body feels relaxed. His mind feels clear. The worries of the day slowly disappear. Tomorrow is waiting, but tomorrow can wait until morning. Now it is time to rest. Now it is time to sleep. Tomorrow is waiting, but tomorrow can wait until morning. Now it is time to rest. Now it is time to sleep. The moon shines softly through the window. The stars watch quietly from above. And little by little, Tom drifts into a peaceful sleep. Good night, Tom. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. Dream peacefully. And wake up tomorrow with a smile. The end. Thank you for listening to English Listening Practice. We hope you enjoyed this simple English story. If you would like to continue improving your English, listen again and enjoy the story at your own pace. Remember, learning English can be easy, relaxing, and enjoyable. Thank you for spending your time with us. Have a peaceful night. Sleep well. Take care. And we will see you in the next English listening practice story. Good night.